What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is uh this is gonna be a new one for the channel. The Isle. I've spent a lot of time into it, as you can clearly tell. 2,100 hours actually. This used to be a game that I would play pretty much every day for about 10 to 10 to 20 hours like a day basically. I was super addicted to it. Just the because I always did love dinosaurs to some capacity. Uh when I hit the age around, I would probably say around the age 10, I found my first addiction to dinosaurs. I would say I've always had a connection with animals. I love animals and everything. And the one the some animals that always fascinated me were the ones that of course are extinct, and that being the Ice Age, with the big saber tooth tigers and the woolly mammoths and stuff like that. That always caught my interest, but even more so was dinosaurs. I just knowing how big some of them were, it's like just completely mind-boggling. I mean, some of them are like close to 100 feet tall or 100 feet long. Like it's just like what in the world, man? Like to have those type of creatures today, it would just be completely insane. Like I mean, even a elephant, like the biggest land creature on the planet, doesn't even come close to the mid-size, just the mid-size creatures of dinosaurs back in the day. So it always piqued my interest, but at the time there was never really a game to play like to play these creatures sort of deal. Like they had there was a few games that allowed you to have companions and stuff like that, like animal companions and whatnot, but there wasn't a game that really allowed you to have like full control of a creature that I wanted, right? But the Isle brought just that back in 2015. Now I didn't know about the Isle's existence until I would say around 2017, 2018, somewhere around that time period. I've known about it from 2017 with the one YouTuber I watched, was just the Gaming Beaver. I that was the first time I ever seen the Isle was with his channel, and then I only got the Isle in 2018, I believe. Anyway, I can't exactly remember. I know by the time I got the Isle, it was around the same time period that I actually got um well, the game came out with something new like a few weeks later after I think it was Suchomimus. So I I have no idea um how far or how long ago that was, but around the time Suchomimus came out, I believe is when I actually did get the game. Somewhere around that time period, I do believe. And you know, the Isle was how I got a lot of friends from it too. Most of my Steam friends that I have now came from the Isle, as you can see here. Um, so we're gonna be playing it today. I don't know what to expect. We're playing the Legacy branch because I never really played the Everima branch, to be honest. I played it a few times. Wasn't really impressed. The biggest thing was the lack of playables. That's honestly the biggest one that I just cannot stand right now. Um, that's honestly the main reason I don't play it. Is just because The Arima branch only has like I think even now only like 10 playables or something like that. It's not a lot, and the playables that are available are, well, either they have nothing to do with each other, or like they can't, like the creatures actually can't interact with each other for one reason or another, or I just don't care to play them. So yeah, we're just gonna be playing the Legacy branch. Now, I don't actually know if there's any, well, any servers. My favorite map was Stenyahl, but Stenyahl's been completely dead for ages now, so I doubt I'll be able to find a server with Stenyahl. But we'll try. We will try our best. There is actually 17 people, but it says I believe I've been to that server, and I'm pretty sure killing isn't even allowed on that server. So I'm not really sure. I know I've been on that server before though. I might even be banned from it. I don't know. So I guess we'll just go to V3. Let's see. And there's all these Chinese servers, which are not even actual servers, which is just bizarre to me. But um, so there's only like two. Which, oh yeah, it's a dry reef one. Okay. So there's New Beginnings and this server, and that's it. Uh, I don't. I'll go to the higher population one because it is very. It's a fairly large map. Oh, I'm banned from it. Okay, so apparently I'm banned from that server. I don't know. God, it's been so long. I don't even know what the hell I would have done. Um. Okay, so I guess we're going to New Beginnings. Mm. So I literally have two server choices. I don't know what I did. That's interesting. Right. So here we are. So, let's see, how many herbivores are there? Because I might be doing a series with, I'm gonna try to do a series with each one of these creatures. Like at least a video per creature sort of deal. So there's more carnivores than herbivores, so I want to keep going back and forth between carnivore and herbivore. So I think today we'll start with a carnivore. That makes the most sense to me. So, okay. Oh, who do I want to start out with? Uh, Obviously not Giga or T Rex because I haven't played in a very long time. Uh, I mean, I could play Utah. I mean, that'd be the easiest choice. Yeah, I think for the starting off, like starting back in the aisle, I'll choose that. So, yeah, we'll just choose something real quick. Uh, going from Beast Ramirez customization to this game is like, very limiting now. Not necessarily a bad thing because it is more. I mean, realistic colors, I suppose. I just wish there was more than just grays and browns, because it's like you only have grays, browns, and like green, and that's really it. I wish there was more brighter tone colors. Uh, I'll just be a yeah. I'll just do that. Just something simple, I suppose. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I'll actually yeah. I think I can work with this. Or hmm, maybe if I do this actually, and then not that this. I think that'll look good. We'll just play this. All right. There's the Avery. I think. Oh yeah, there's the tower, radio tower way over there, which I believe radio tower also leads to twins. So I mean I could try twins because like twins usually there'll be like a lot of creatures around twins, and since I'm a raptor and especially a small one at that, we could just like harvest like whatever gets killed there sort of deal. So I think that's gonna be my game plan. Man, this is so weird though. Oh no, I think I heard a Dilophosaur over there. Uh, it's just I don't know how hills work in this game. I know Beast from Bermuda it's like a lot more friendly than the Isles. Uh, will this kill me? Because these things typically like you'll be walking and also you just slide all the way down and just die. Oh, thank God we're good. I think F9's not F9. Uh, it says F10 is just the same as your HUD. Okay. Which one is it? Is it tab or no? There's a quick way to access your menu, but I don't remember anymore. Yeah, screw it. I don't really need to anyway. I really wish they would have kept playing, or sorry, developing Legacy. I mean, I get that people prefer Rima now, but for me, Legacy was where I was at. The only thing that Legacy really suffered at was the whole turning thing, which, if you don't know, it's very easy to get like ass ridden, so you can't like do anything when somebody's on your tail. Um, but that was really the main thing, though. Then they made this whole new map, and honestly, the new map that they had was so like it was not good. The way that the map was designed as well literally just makes it to where Deinosuchus will always be able to kill you no matter where you go. Like the map was just designed for Deinosuchus to just, ass pound you the whole time. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Deinosuchus, but I just hate how the map completely favors one creature out of the roster. And it wasn't even really like that fun as Deinosuchus, because like when you played as it, you're just stuck in a fucking river like for the majority of your time, and well, the only other thing that would kill you is other Deinosuchus. So it wasn't really that enjoyable, I'd say. There's a little Velociraptor up there, not a Utah. Velociraptors typically are AI, but you can kind of see them near the tree line there. I don't know if that's a player or not, though. I don't know if... Can a baby raptor even kill something like that? What's my food at? Can I... The Ceratopsian I won't be able to kill because it's too fast and it's too big. I mean, I'll try it. If not, I'll just try to run away. I don't know. It doesn't look like an AI. Maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's looking right at me, but I can't really tell. Guy, it's so much bigger than me. I don't know if I'm gonna kill it. They do have low stats, so we'll see. I got it. God, that thing's like twice my size. Okay. Alright, and now the little strat you do, you just kind of wait until you go down 1% again, and then you just fucking move off. That's what I usually did. So, you just keep going back and forth, seeing if it goes down. I guess you could just look at this too. Once you go up, once your growth goes up a little bit, then eat again. It's kind of how it goes. That's the strat, ladies and gentlemen. That's the strat that I do. That way you have more time. Yep. With that 30%, now you can eat again. And now you just go off and look for water. I miss this system. I mean, it definitely looks dated now when you have Arima and stuff, and all the other dinosaur games do it a different way, but, like, it was simple. It was it was nice. Really. There is no alternative server, so it is very possible to get ass ridden, which, well, usually when there's no alt turn servers, like when you have no alt on a server, it basically makes it to where raptors and shit are just a fucking menace of the server. So we're playing as like one of the most powerful creatures when you don't have alt turn because you can just easily exploit hitboxes and all that type of shit. It's pretty fucking cheap, but to be honest, I really don't feel like I'm gonna be able to abuse that type of shit. Um, just because I gotta get back to the feeling of controls again, because it's been like I haven't played this game. It said it on the in my Steam thing, but it was like February 23rd, 2023, something like that. But like even at that time period, I only got on to play Arima like once when something released. I think it was either an update that I was interested in or something. But the point is, though, that update, I didn't play like consistently at all, even at that point. So, roughly, I would say I stopped my consistency of playing the game during early 2022, maybe even late 2021. Um, so roughly, about 2.5 to 3 years, I haven't really played this game consistently. So to say that I'm more than likely rusty, well, you know. So I'm pretty sure I am low on water. I'm just gonna take a little pit stop here. Now, there's also a little trick for this as well. Although I doubt I need to do it because I'm a fucking tiny ass raptor. Also, there's a Dilophosaur around, which I guess I did hear one, so maybe it is best for me to do this. But basically, you just kind of wait until your ambush is like ready, and then you just take a drink then. This way, if something does sneak up on you, you do have a chance of getting away from them. A higher chance, I should say. The Legacy branch used to look a lot nicer. It still holds up, but it's just so glitchy now. Like there's just so many like times where you just find yourself like in the air randomly, like near rocks and stuff, or just the shadowy stuff. As you can see here, it's just kind of glitching out. It's definitely not my PC because I was able to handle this on a laptop, which was like probably probably 20 times weaker than the PC I have now. Not even exaggerating, because my PC is a fucking monster when it comes to um well, comparatively to like my laptop, it was a monster. So, and my laptop, that's where I spent a lot of my hours on, was on a laptop. Probably about I want to say half the time I had one here, because it was the only game I had at the time. The Isle. The Isle was my first Steam game. I'm pretty sure. Wait. Oh, oh, that scared the shit out of me. Oh, I thought that was a Serrato or something, but no, it's just that Ava in the background over there. Oh god, I thought it was like a big ass Serrato just looking for something. Oh, oh man. I mean, granted, I might be able to escape that Serrato pretty easily in this dense forest, but I don't know. I'd rather not test that theory. This is one thing that's like, I think with V3, it's like no matter how big the area is and how much you think there's someone here, most of the time there isn't. Like this giant like valley, like I probably have seen no one ever here. Despite it being like a pretty good chunk of the map, it's just no point of anyone being here. That's kind of the problem with V3. It's just there's two hot spots that just make every other place on the map completely obsolete. Those two spots being Twins, which is typically where all the big carnivores go, and then there's I forget what it's called, but there's another place that's I want to say it's I think it's behind the Avery, somewhere over on the mountainside. I don't remember the name of it anymore, but that side is where you have all the herbivores basically. Just because there's a lot of food over there, and it's kind of difficult for people that don't know how to get up there to get to. So that's where the herbivores usually stay. But we're trying to go to Twins still. I'm still only a little juvie. You know, I think the one thing I like about this game a lot more than Beast of Bermuda is just the fact that the map is, well, bigger, but like also Beast of Bermuda, every single spot in the map is like a hot spot. Um, like I don't know how to really explain it. Like if you haven't played both games, you won't understand what I'm talking about. Um, but like in the Isle, it's way more. I don't know. Like it's just the Isle has a way of making you feel a lot more um making the land a lot more mysterious, I guess, than Beast of Bermuda, if that makes sense. Because I mean, at nighttime, I literally can't see anything. Like even though if I perfectly know the map, which I never knew V3 entirely, I just know I knew it. I knew like 80% of the map basically. I knew 80% of it, I would say. Um, but I was more of a Thenial player. But like in V3 and then the Isle, like since I can't know at all times where I'm going, it really gives like the hunters like way more opportunities to actually hunt you down because of the fact that the carnivores have better night vision than herbivores. Uh, Even if it's not by much, it's still for the majority, it's more than the herbivores' vision. Like if I was a trike, I would be surprised if I could only see like 70% of this view I have now. Like they have short range, so it gives like the Iotis has way more of a intimidation to it when it comes to like actual hunting. Meanwhile, on Beast of Bermuda, it's like, despite the fact that you lose more because of how much time you put into it, uh, it's I don't know. It doesn't really give you that intimidation factor though. I feel even though in Beast of Bermuda, like there's some fights you know for a fact you'll lose. It still doesn't really do that good of a job, in my opinion, for intimidation. Like this game has way scarier uh, hunts, I guess. I mean, there's nothing like there's no way like I've played Beast of Bermuda for about 1,000 hours. I can tell you, I've probably never been jump scared in that game. But in this game, it's like, oh my god. Like, I swear, like, a T-Rex will just come out of fucking nowhere and just be like, what the fuck? Like, I fucking shat myself sometimes when it came to, not literally, but it. That's what I wanted to do though, because like T-Rexes were so sneaky. Because like, when you're crouching, that you can't hear them, and when it's at night, you also can't see them. So like, they would just mysteriously come out of fucking nowhere, and with their fast as fuck speed, it was so scary because like all you hear is boom, 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 boom. Like it's like, oh shit, where's that coming from? You don't know where it's coming from. The T-Rex can see you, you can't see him. It's like, oh shit. It's like that was one of the things about the Isle that made it so much more fun to me than Beast of Bermuda. The only thing that Beast of Bermuda really has going for it for me is to like the customization and progression. But like outside of that, like when it comes to actual hunts and stuff, the Isle still has it in the bag. Like even Path of Titans doesn't really make me do that. Path of Titans, the problem with Path of Titans is like the time to kill is so long, which I do favor. But it also makes hunts just a lot less intimidating. Really, it's more fun, but the hunts are nowhere near as like intimidating. And that's kind of the part of the reason I did like the Isle so much. Was just out of you could just be caught off guard so easily and just obliterated. I had to do my ambush thing. What the hell? I swear I hear stomping. See, this is kind of the point I'm trying to make, though, from earlier. Like, you could just hear a random noise in the aisle, and it's like, oh, what the fuck is that? Oh god. Like, you don't really have that in Beast of Bermuda. It's kind of upsetting, really. Beast of Bermuda does not really give you that, like, oh no factor. It's just like, well, Big Rex, I'm dead. Like, that's all it is. The problem is, too, Dilophosaurus is a nighttime hunter that could probably see, like, well, probably around 10 to 20 times his range. I'm not even shit joking around. They see everything at night. It's practically daytime for them. Practically. No, it is daytime for them. Who am I kidding? Dilophosaurus, if you don't know, has a reputation of killing literally Rexes, Gigas, every fucking thing in this game. So does Utah, I suppose, but Dilophosaurus does it in a way that makes Utah just not even as close to being this scary. Because they always attack at night. Because that's where their true power kicks in. I remember one time I was like a fucking para, and I got hit by like an entire Dilophosaurus like army, and I managed to escape them. But holy shit, the amount of bleed I had in that para. I think it took me like an actual real life hour to heal it off. Because I had so much. Because they got me like down. They didn't stop biting me until I got down to like the 4th screen. The only reason I managed to get away was because I think I might have killed one of them and then ran off. And there was a stego nearby that helped me get out of there. But then my Paro had like well over like 100 fucking bleed. I had to sit there fucking actual hour to heal. Which is funny because I know any acro main that comes to this video will be like, bro, that's nothing. Because acros take 4 hours to heal. Because their healing is still scaled from like the early days of the Isle. And the early days of the Isle, healing regeneration was terrible. I think their healing was like 32 health or some shit. It's so low. So fucking low health. It would literally take, because they have like 4 to 5k health, and you're only healing 30 health a second or some shit, like a minute, I mean. So it would take them literally like 4 to 5 hours to fully heal if they got close to death. It's so ridiculous. The one advantage they have, though, is that they can kill basically anything in the game. Any small or mid-sized creature they can kill, no problem. Uh, Large creatures was the issue, but they could easily avoid them because they can go as fast as like a fucking Carno, roughly. They were fast as shit. Oh, I could grow. I could fucking grow, bro. Hell yeah. I still gotta rest, though. So let's see. What the fuck? I forgot about that. Some creatures have to go down and wait. And they grow up. Because I was like 500, right? Before? 500 kg. Now I'm 250. Imagine. Can you imagine like a tiny Utah raptor? Like a small Utah raptor would be able to kill me right now. Despite me just hitting a fresh adult. If it's a full-size small raptor, it would kill me. It's fucking nuts. The fuck are you doing? What the hell is he doing? Works for me, I suppose. There has gotta be another carnivore around here. There's no way all these A was responding because of me. I mean, I guess it is high AI. There's less people on, but I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem natural. I can't believe I lost. I can't believe I went to adulthood and we lost like well over 200 kilograms. Could you imagine like having a small juvie Utah Raptor just have it like capped out, and then like wait for a fresh adult Utah to spawn and then just fucking kill him? Because it easily could. Because weight is everything in this game. Like because yeah, like the fresh adult might have more damage than him, but like it, twice the weight though wouldn't matter. If you're twice the weight of something, you're gonna do half damage basically. So the tiny Utah would easily be able to kill him. It's so funny. I think it does that. I think it does the same thing with not trike, but no, it might be trike actually that does it. I don't remember. I'll just see. But I know one is like a massive difference when you change. It might be it might be a full grown sub Rex to a fresh adult Rex. I think it's damage or something goes down. I'm not really sure. Although sub Rex is honestly better than regular Rex when it comes to actually being a full blown hunter. Now you've been wondering, how often do you play Utah? And I'll tell you this right now, not at all, really. Utah Raptor was really never a creature I picked up. I'm just doing it for the video. So I want to get a good gameplay with all of them. But for the most part, I never played Utah Raptor. I played it, and my entire time playing this game, I probably played it maybe, I want to say, I probably fully grown one, probably like 10 times maybe. Which isn't really that long considering it only takes like an hour to grow it. So I didn't really spend much time ever like growing Utah Raptors. It was the things I'd always play as would be like Trike, Para, Diablo, Maya. Um, the carnivore side, I would play Carno, Aloe, and Suko are the two big ones. Aloe and Suko, and then that would really be it for the carnivores. I really didn't play carnivores near as much as the herbivores. I just loved Aloe and Suko so much though. Suko Suka's playstyle is really interesting just because it sucked so bad against Apexes, but I also kind of like that because you were also just a massive, like you were kind of like an Apex as a Suko. Like despite you not being able to kill an Apex, another Apex, like you were kind of like a mini Apex because you can kill any mid tier pretty fucking easily. Like even an Aloe, which was like the closest killer to your size, um, you could clap that thing in half. Like, no problem. You had more damage in it, you had more weight, and you had better. You might have had better bleed. I'm not really sure, though. But, yeah, Suko is really fun. Just because of that fact alone. But I probably grew Trike the most, I'd say. I think I fully grown Trike probably 30 times. I'm not gonna lie. I loved playing Trike, dude. And I love the fact that so many Trikes, like, back, I mean, I don't know how it is nowadays, but, like, back then, like, Trike players were so fucking bad. They were so bad. Oh, it was horrendous. And I say it like that. Like, of course, you had a few, but like for the most part, like most of them couldn't even 1v1 a Giga. I'm just like, how? Like, hardly ever. I might have lost to a Giga maybe twice, maybe. And that was when I was first starting off with Trike, like, because I was terrible. You know, you gotta start somewhere, sort of deal. But once I got the hang of Trike, it is so easy to kill a fucking Giga. It's ridiculous. Because the only thing you gotta do, because the Trike, here's what most Trikes did wrong. Giga is gonna be trying to bleed you out. So why are you trying to use your big stomp attack? That was the main thing I always saw. Trikes always try to do the big stomp attack when all it does is high base damage. High base damage isn't gonna make you kill that Giga. It isn't. Like, the way to kill a Giga is by doing the same thing he's doing to you. You gotta spam that horn attack. You gotta spam your fucking horns on that Giga. And, you might be thinking, well, why is that? Well, because a Giga can proc a lot of attacks on you before you can even pull off a stomp. And after it gets like 3 or 4 attacks on you, and you only got that one stomp off, you're basically fucked. There's nothing you can do at that point. So what I usually did was I would never use a stomp until I got to like third or fourth screen. Now this of course isn't a 1v1. In a 1v2, the Gigas honest to god have to suck dick to lose to you. Um so like unless they're fresh adult Gigas, then like any Apex that's fresh adult will just suck. But if they're two fully grown Gigas, you theoretically should lose every fucking time. Um, but in a one-on-one, like Trike's always had an issue with that, and I don't ever see how. Because the way that you dealt with a Giga was you just constantly hit them with your secondary attack. Because as the Giga is trying to, because the Giga's gonna try to run through you, right? He's gonna, bite you a couple times, run through your ass, and then, you know, that's that. Like he's gonna get like, and usually a Giga will get like, I would say around 2 hits off on you after they try to run through you. Because what they try to do, they try to bait you to use a stomp, and then they'll just go through you. But I never did that. So what I did normally, I would just like, as soon as they stop in front of me, because that's what most Gigas do, they'll stop in front of you. I would just hit them in the fucking face with my horns, and then as they go through you, you can hit them 2 more times. And since Trike has good turning, you can actually hit his tail 1 time. So the Giga might have got 2 hits on you. Meanwhile, you got 4 hits on him with those horn attacks. Now, it won't work every time, but most of the time you will get like 3 or 4 hits on the Giga if you do that, and he'll only get like 2 or 3 on you. You should always be able to get 1 more hit off the Giga though, because the Giga isn't going to try to stay around for your stomp attack. They're going to try to avoid that at all costs, because it does do a lot of damage when you land it. But see, the way of the fight, the way you deal with this situation is that you just proc as much bleed as you can on him for the starting fight. And then once you got to third or fourth screen, then that's when you try to use a stomp. Uh, Only then though, because at that point, if the Giga is staying around that long to where you got the third or fourth screen and you've been doing exactly what I said, he should be pretty fucking low on health as well. If you stomp his ass, you should be able to kill him pretty much every time. Um, Unless the Giga is super fucking patient, because Gigas do heal faster than you, but then what you have to do is just chase them down. Like, it's kind of hard to really show these examples when you don't have footage, but the point is, I know how to deal with a Giga pretty easily as a trike, and, well, I can't say if I could do it now, just because it's been so long. But I feel like back in the day, though, I easily could kill one Giga in a fight. It was so easy for me to do every time. Because, like I said, you had the turning advantage, you had the HP advantage. It it would take a very determined Giga to really take you down. And even in that case, you could still win because it, it becomes a point to where a Giga will get tired of it and they will try to just run through you. And like I said, that's about the time when you hit around third or fourth screen, and then you can just stomp his ass, and then at that point you won. The Giga will either be dead or damn near close, and at that point he won't want to fight anymore, and he will have to lay down. And at that point, you could just rush him and kill him, because at that point he'll have more bleed than you. That's how I usually dealt with Gigas back then. But like I said, in a 1v2, most of the time you should fucking lose, because Giga does have high bleed. We're almost at twins now, though, so that's pretty good. Yeah, as I gave you guys a full summary of how to deal with a Giga on a dead side of the aisle. It really is sad that the Legacy branch, within a couple years or so, is probably going to be completely dead. That's kind of why I'm making these videos now, because I doubt I'll ever play the Arima branch, really. It's just not that enjoyable for me. Because I hate how the game is, like, for growing your creature, is so hyper focused on, oh, you gotta get them diets. And even when you get fully grown, you still gotta worry about the diets, because they give you bonuses now. It's like, I don't like that shit. Like, the game was just so much more fun when it was just like, you survive and then you fight shit later. That's all it was. But it was addicting as hell because there are so many different creatures, so many different ways to fight as those creatures. And now it's just like, I don't know. They really killed the game for me when they switched to Arima. It just felt like a lot of unnecessary changes that no one asked for. And that's why the best dinosaur game right now is Path of Titans, because it's what, you know, it's basically original Isle. And it's really insulting that this game still doesn't have a playable sauropod like in both branches. I want a playable sauropod, and neither branch has it. It's like, bro, what the fuck? That's why I also been playing Beast of Bermuda, because I like playing a Pado. A Pado is so much fun to play. Any long neck is fun to play. It's just, you know. Path of Titans, the only reason I don't play that, though, is because I guess the main thing is, like, as a herbivore player myself, the main thing is, like, herbivore groups are just way too fucking strong in Path of Titans. Like, in Beast Bermuda, like people want to grow like paras and uh packies and stuff like that, you know. And of course, because paras get very strong at a certain growth, um, but they gotta get there first, and it's just the herd is a lot weaker because of paras, because of how long they do have to take to grow. But it does pay off. But it's just so satisfying as a herbivore defender like an Apado to defend those creatures, But in Path of Titans, like you really can't do that because most herbivores are powerhouses. Um, like most of them are probably better than the carnivores, I'd say, easily. And that's kind of the issue I have. The herbivores are just way too fucking strong. Especially paras, like paras in that game. I like how powerful paras are, but it's just like my point still stands though that there's no weak targets. Carnivores won't try the herd when every herbivore has half the T-Rex's stats. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just herds are way too strong on Path of Titans. That's why most servers on Path of Titans you are only you're prohibited to having super mixed herds because of it, because of how powerful they are. Um, yeah, that's kind of why I don't really like herding in Path of Titan. Cause that's what I think is the most fun about the Isle in Beast of Bermuda is like you get a herd together, you make it powerful, over time, and it becomes really fun, because you kind of have like a side objective. Because Herbivore gameplay on its own is just involves around eating grass basically. Meanwhile, you know, like with herding, you have another objective. It's to protect the other people in your herd, of course. So it definitely makes things a lot more fun, but you just can't do that in Path of Titans because everyone's so strong. I mean, for crying out loud, a Gallimimus could probably tank a T-Rex hit, which shouldn't be the case. I do prefer here's kind of what I would want for balance in a dinosaur game. Like I would rather want the apexes just to take longer to kill each other. That's really it. Like honestly, the Isle's Legacy is probably what I would consider the most like balanced for the dinosaur genre. I think the Isle's Legacy is the most balanced. The only thing being that's not balanced is like how some herbivores or even some carnivores are super weak to bleed, like Cerato and Packy are just way too weak to bleed. They're just able to be crippled very easily, and it's just not really enjoyable to play as those creatures because of that. Like they suffer from bleed so bad that you'll pretty much instantly die the moment you get into a fight with a bleeder dinosaur. So it just makes it really not that fun. But like, yeah, like other than those two exceptions, like I feel like, for the most part, like the creatures were pretty balanced in the game. I think another problem I have with Path of Titans as well, like it's a lot of creatures in that game are just way too limited, like on stamina and shit, and it just makes that like the whole experience even less enjoyable. Because like in the Isle, you can run for a very long time as a majority of the cast. Um, but in Path of Titans, like most of them, it feels like they run out of stam very quickly. That. Oh. There's a Suchomimus and a Sub-Rex over here. Yeah, but like Apexes in the Isle was like the biggest hurdle for balance. Like those creatures really kill each other way too fast. Apart from like Trike and shit, but like when it comes to like like Rex, Giga, and like um, I guess Acros, they just all died way too fast. Like a Rex and Giga can kill each other in like 6 bites, which is ridiculous because of how long it takes to grow those fuckers. And it's also the same amount of bites. Like a Giga can kill a Rex in 6 bites, and a T-Rex. Yeah, Giga can kill a Rex in 6 bites, and a T-Rex can kill a Giga in 6 bites. And since Rex has Bone Break, it's more likely that the Rex wins. I remember this spot. Yup. Yep, this is very familiar. This is actually a spot that I would sit at a lot. The 3 rocks and a tree, like a couple trees in the middle, I would sit here so often. This is actually where I would grow a trike a lot on V3. Like if I was a trike, I spawned on the beach. I would definitely come here every time and just grow because it's so hard for things to see you. I would usually always come to this spot. There's 2 spots that are like really good that I go to, like that's like this. I know there's this one. There's like one. Well, I don't really remember anymore, but I think it's like that towards that way more. But might be on the other side of Twins actually. All right, I think for now I'm just gonna chill. Because if I go to the other side, it'll be nighttime. So I'm just gonna pretty much chill from here. So we'll see what happens after night. Oh boy. So there seems to be either 1 or 2 Dilophosaurs near me. Uh, it's probably best to actually just sit here because Utah, even during the day, can struggle very easily against 1, but 2. Ooh, buddy. It's pretty challenging for sure. I'm not making any noise. I am close to full grown. I just don't know if I'll be able to sit in here till the day comes back. It's still 4 hours in game to sunrise. Um, so that's obviously not a good thing. Definitely not a good thing. Um, and I don't know how many officers there is. I mean, it could be 2, there could be 3. I don't know. So we're definitely in a predicament. Um, I definitely want to be in daytime before I come out. I just don't know. Yeah, there's at least 2 Dilophosaurs. I wouldn't be able to win against that. Um, unless the Dilophosaurs really just suck, but I'm doubtful, to be honest. And I would try to maybe pick off 1, because I do sound like they're separate at the moment, but like, see, the problem with that is, I don't know if there's a body down roll or not. I don't know the rules of the server at all, so um, quite problematic. But I think we might be okay because once we get fully grown, our food will slow down, and we're close to that now. We're about 98%. We got basically 4 more ticks, and then we'll be fully grown. So I definitely think we might be able to hold off until day. I hope, because we still just have 2 hours. Well, technically 3. It doesn't come. The sun doesn't really come up until like 5, but we can start probably moving out by like 4:30 ish around that time, which should be okay. The thing is, though, despite the Dilophosaur's vision, we should be able to see them before they see us because, well, I'm behind a rock and a tree, so their vision, for night vision, won't be useful when I'm behind an object, obviously, unless they had, thermal vision or some shit. But, thankfully, they didn't get taught that as well. So, we should be, like, okay. Because, like I said, that like I should be able to see them first. Maybe not from that side. I'm not really sure. I doubt. I mean, there is. Yeah, I can't even see myself. Uh, yeah, I can barely see myself. Like I can see it through this like tiny crack, but that's because I'm looking for it. They wouldn't be looking for something like as small as me. I wouldn't think so. If it's 4:05 right now, so basically 25 more minutes in game. Woohoo, we're getting real low. 20% and 40 are resources that are at all-time low, but we do have max stats now. I know Delilah is way more. I think they're like 12 to 1300 kg, so they do way more. They have more health than me, and they might even have more bite force because of the weight diff. And they also have way better bleed than I do. Although the thing I do have over them is maneuverability and speed. Um, so if it really comes down to it, if there is just one, I might try to tail ride them and kill them. Because that's the only way I really could do it on a Dilophosaur. Like I couldn't just strafe through them over and over because I wouldn't win that exchange. I would have to like ass ride him a bit, get out, ass ride him again a bit, and maybe hit him on the sides once or twice because I would be able to turn better than them. But it's unlikely. I would have to basically ass ride him to death probably. Um, I don't know. But really, like, if there's 2 of them, I'm definitely just got to run. It's 4:30 now. I'll start moving out a little bit. I'll keep quiet as much as I can. See, the problem is I can't even sneak up on the Dilophosaurs because they'll see me coming a mile away. I also have, like, forest coverage. But the problem with even that is I don't know where the hell they are, so I had to hunt them during the day. Which I don't really need to hunt them right now, but I mean, more than likely, if I don't hunt them, they're gonna hunt me. That's just how it is. Because I doubt there's many creatures that are gonna be fighting. Because the only thing I hear around here is like Rexes. But I also don't want their guard to be up right now, because it would ruin all surprise. They don't know I'm here. They can predict I'm here, but they don't know I'm here. I think the Dilophosaurs are at the other lake. Alright, fuck it, go for water. I don't think anyone's around. I'll position myself like this. Of course, I don't think a pack is even a challenging fight. I mean, I could be wrong, but... Ooh, another raptor. I could team up with him. I could have an ally or an enemy. Just the problem with carnivore packing, though. You don't know if he'll actually want to or not. So the element of surprise is kind of gone, since the Dilophosaurs already know that there is a Utah around, being the other guys, but... Oh, there's a fight going on over here. Let's go be a investigator, shall we? It looks like it's... Oh, it was a Shant. It was a Shant versus a Subrex and, I guess, a Suko? I would have thought a Shant would have won that easy, but... Is that not a full-grown Shant? No, it's not. It can't be. Yeah, that can't be a full-grown. There's no fucking way it is. The Subrex is like close to its size. Shants are, yeah, Shants are way bigger than that. They have to be. Yeah, Subrex is almost the same size as that Shant. That Shant would be like way bigger if it was full size, I think. Yeah, because look at the Suko. The Suko looks about the same size as that Shant. I don't know what's going on over there. The Rexes are playing a prank, I guess. Actually, what is this? A nest? Not on my watch, but... Let's see. It doesn't really say what the hell it is. I'm gonna just... Wait, is there something in here? Wait. Okay, there's not. I hit it. Alright, all the... I destroyed all of the, little nests here. They all had 300 food in them, too, which is funny to me. I just destroyed them all. I'm just a little pest. Dog shit. Or to them. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Rima. I really don't. I feel like there is still a lot of potential with their legacy branch. If Rima would actually like hurry up and get a bigger roster, that would be great. I would definitely be interested, like, but at the moment it's just too few options for me. Still, I mean, I get that nowadays, like, I think Arima probably does have like the same roster as Legacy as in terms of like standard like spawn dinosaurs, but like this game also has a lot of like the Legacy branch has a lot of non-survivals like Shant, Spino, Thera, Stego, Anki. You know, they have like all of those. There's when you put it all together, there's still way more creatures in Legacy than there is in Arima. Now I am actually gonna log off because I'm gonna go get some food and I'll be right back.